So in 2018 I'm heading back out on the road. We've created a tour called Vietnam by the Book, and the tour traces the history of Vietnam right up to the kind of contemporary life of the country using 3 books. We're going to track the story of the country through 3 authors. Graham Greene's 1950s classic The Quiet American is the best known of the books. The other 2 books are personal stories by Vietnamese authors. The Sacred Willow by Dien Bien Phu Elliott and Where the Ashes Are by Nguyen. Đức, who's also a friend, splits his time between Hanoi and Hoi An, so I hope we'll be able to catch up with him during our travels. You can read more about the books on our website. I selected these books because of what they tell us about Vietnam and because they provide a really good basis for exploring the country. But this isn't a literary tour. The books will bring us together with some shared understanding, and they'll bring added meaning to the places we visit. We'll read and travel beyond these books too. And if that all sounds a bit heavy, the greatest revelation of our travels will be the optimism and the sense of humour of the locals. And we'll come face to face with that every day. Yêu nhau lâu chưa? Bao nhiêu năm rồi ạ?
50 năm rồi.
Hanoi and the Red River Delta is where Vietnam's story begins, so it makes sense that this would be the place you'd start. This is one of Asia's most visually exciting cities. An amazing place for photography. There's architecture, traditional and colonial. There's incredible street life. And there's a battle between the old and the new. Behind me is the mausoleum of Ho Chi Minh, known here as Bác Ho or Uncle Ho. And it was on this huge square on September 2nd, 1945, that Uncle Ho, with thousands of his followers, declared independence for Vietnam. Clapping approvingly in that crowd were members of the United States OSS force, which was a precursor to the CIA. At that point, the United States was very much on side with those wanting to decolonize in Asia. But the French had other ideas. They wanted their colonies back, and so began 30 more years of war. From Hanoi, we're going to head deeper into Vietnam's remote north, to places that are rich in history and captivating in their beauty. So this here is where it all ended for the French on the 7th of May 1954. The north is also where many of Vietnam's ethnic minorities live. We communicate in Vietnamese, a second language for both sides. Hue, Vietnam's capital until 1945, is where so much of the country's modern history unfolds. In many ways, it's a city of loss and tragedy, a place of imperial ruins, tombs and spiritual traditions. But it's also beautiful and one of my favourite places in Vietnam. This is the Quoc Hop Elite National School in Hue, built during French colonial times. Some of the biggest figures in Vietnamese history passed through these grounds. Ho Chi Minh studied here. His famous general, Vo Nguyen Giap, studied here. And their arch rival, Ngo Dinh Diep, also studied here.
From Hue, we'll head to the old trading town of Hoi An, now very much a bustling tourist town.
Behind me here are the ruins of My Sơn. These are the ruins of the Cham civilization that once controlled what we now call southern Vietnam. So this is probably one of the most important historical sites, one of the most important ancient ruins in all of Vietnam.
Saigon, Vietnam's newest and largest city, lives very much in its hyperactive present. It's a good place to think about how far Vietnam's come, and the dramas the Saigonese seem ready to leave in the past. For me, Vietnam's story is uniquely captivating. I've been trying to make sense of the place for more than 25 years. And I'm really excited to be heading out on the road again with a group of like-minded travellers. I can promise a unique experience in the places we'll visit, the people we'll meet, the meals we'll share, and the conversations we'll have. And there'll be lots of fun too. All the footage in this video has been shot during my travels over the last couple of years, so it's a pretty accurate account of what we'll be seeing. If Vietnam by the book sounds interesting, check out our website at www.oldcompasstravel.com. Thanks very much.